Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at some polynomial operations, primarily addition, subtraction, and multiplication with polynomials. So our first example, we have 5 times the quantity 7m squared minus 7m plus 1, close parentheses, minus the quantity, open parentheses, negative m squared plus 4m minus 6. Now in this one, it doesn't matter whether we're adding or subtracting, multiplying, distributing with the polynomials here. What we're going to do is we're going to expand this as much as possible, distribute everything that we can, and then combine like terms. And so our first step is to distribute the 5 to our first set of parentheses. So 5 times 7m squared is 35m squared. 5 times negative 7m is negative 35m, and 5 times 1 is 5. Now we're subtracting these two parentheses, and so we need to do the same thing and distribute the negative to the second set of parentheses. So minus a negative m squared is plus m squared, minus 4m, and minus a negative 6 gives us plus 6. Once we distribute the 5 and the negative, those parentheses are going to go away. And what we have is just a polynomial. We can combine like terms. We've got 5m squared and m squared. Those will combine to give us 36m squared. We have 35m or negative 35m and negative 4m. So when we combine those, we're going to add those coefficients. Negative 35 minus 4 is negative 39m. And then we have plus 5 and plus 6. That gives us plus 11 for our constant. And we are done. All right, the next example that we're going to look at is multiplying. In this case, a binomial, 3x plus 2 times the quantity 5x minus 1. Now, a lot of people use different acronyms to help you remember this. FOIL is a common one, first, outside, inside, last. I've also heard students refer to this as the rainbow method because what you're going to do is you're going to multiply every term in the first set of parentheses by every term in the second set of parentheses, and then every term. Make sure that you have every combination here. So if we do 3x times 5x, we'll get 15x squared. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. 2 times 5x is 10x. And 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And so, similar to the last example, we're just multiplying, expanding it as much as possible, and then combining like terms. So when we combine like terms here, our only x squared term is our 15x squared. We can combine our negative 3x and our 10x to get a positive 7x, and then we still have that minus 2 on the end. All right, a problem that I see students get caught up on a lot is when we have a binomial squared. Now you could rewrite this using the same method that we used on the last problem and just multiply it out just like we did the last one. Or you can use a formula. Anytime you have a binomial squared, it's going to equal squaring the first plus 2 times the first times the second plus squaring the last. I don't care which one you use in my classes, as long as you do not forget this middle term. A lot of students try to just distribute that square, and we can't distribute a square over a sum or difference. So if we use the expansion form, we can think of this as 5v plus 4, and then use our rainbow or foil expansion like we saw in the last one. We get 25v squared plus 20v plus 20v plus 16, which is the same thing you would get if you squared the first one. 5v, quantity squared, would be 25v squared, and then 2 times the first times the second. 5v times 4 is 20v, and then squaring the last, you get 16. So it doesn't matter which one you use, they're both going to give you 25v squared plus 40v plus 16 in your final answer. All right, I'll see you guys next time.